So, hello guys, in this video we'll be discussing about the lacrimal apparatus. What is the meaning of lacrimal apparatus? So, I will be explaining in very concise manner. I will be explaining you how to. I will be explaining about what in a simple way. I will be explaining the lacrimal apparatus. So you will be so after hearing this video, when you read your textbook, it will be more clear. Okay, so you first of all, I will give you a brief orientation about what is this picture looks like. Okay, so in this picture you can see, in the upper part of this picture you can see a upper okay, up and up. This is the lacrimal gland. Okay, first of all, basically this is the lacrimal gland. This is the lacrimal gland. Okay, this is the lacrimal gland. So this lacrimal gland is divided into two parts by a muscle, levator palpebrae superioris. By the levator palpebrae superioris, this gland is divided into two parts. Okay, so is it okay, right? So this is the upper part of this. This is the upper part of the gland. This is the lower part of the gland, and this is divided into two parts by the levator palpebrae superioris. Okay, so I think it is that much clear for this is the levator palpebrae superioris. Okay, so the upper part of the gland is called. So before going to that, what is the lacrimal apparatus? This is the lacrimal apparatus. So the basic thing about you that you have to know about the lacrimal apparatus is the lacrimal apparatus is concerned with secretion and drainage of the lacrimal fluid. That is, it is concerned with the secretion and drainage of the lacrimal fluid. Okay, so the lacrimal apparatus is concerned with the secretion and drainage of the lacrimal fluid. Okay, so I hope that you could know that. Okay, so in this picture I told that this is the orbital part of the lacrimal gland. This is the orbital part of the lacrimal gland. This is the superior lobe, which is called the orbital part of the lacrimal gland, and this is the palpebral part. And also this is the palpable part of the lacrimal gland. The gland is divided into two parts, by the levator palpebrae superioris, and in this picture we can see lacrimal ducts. We can see lacrimal. These are the lacrimal ducts. We can see many lacrimal ducts are there. This is the lacrimal ducts, and here we can see a conjunctival sac is there. So conjunctival sac is the potential space between eyelid and the what we can say, eyelid and the conjunctiva. That is the potential space between the eyelids and the eyeball. Okay, that means eyelid. We can say eyelid here. So between the eyelid and eyeball, this is the conjunctival sac. So basically, this is the conjunctival. You please understand, this is the conjunctival sac, and here we can see a lacrimal. Here we can see lacrimal punctum. Lacrimal punctum is a hole, a tiny hole which is present there, and lacrimal canaliculus. The lacrimal canaliculus is mainly the duct which drain into the lacrimal sac. This is the lacrimal sac, and the lacrimal sac. This is the lacrimal sac. The lacrimal sac is divided into three parts. Okay, the three parts are fundus, body, and neck. This is the fundus. This is the fundus. This is the fundus. This is the body, and this is the neck. This neck opens into nasolacrimal duct. Okay, this is this opens into nasolacrimal duct. Okay, so I hope that it is clear for you. This is the lacrimal punctum. This is the lacrimal canaliculus, and this is the lacrimal sac. This is the nasolacrimal duct, and here we can see a lacrimal fold valve of Heinzer. So I will be explaining about that. Okay, this is the basic picture that you have to know. So I will be explaining each of the things very well. Okay, so What are the components of, so before going to what are the components of the lacrimal apparatus? The component of the lacrimal apparatus is that lacrimal gland, the components of the lacrimal apparatus, it is the lacrimal gland and its ducts, lacrimal gland and lacrimal punctum, lacrimal canaliculus, lacrimal punctum, lacrimal canaliculus, lacrimal sac is there, nasolacrimal duct is also there, and at last we have conjunctival sac. Okay, so from in a flow chart we can understand that. Okay, from in a flow chart we can understand from the left side to right side. Okay, so lateral to medial side we have lacrimal duct, lacrimal gland and lacrimal duct we can see, and here we can see conjunctival sac, and here the lacrimal punctum, and we can see here lacrimal canaliculus, and here we can see lacrimal sac, nasolacrimal and nasolacrimal duct. Okay, I hope that it is clear. These are the contents of the lacrimal gland. What are the contents? Lacrimal gland, lacrimal duct, and lacrimal gland, lacrimal duct, conjunctival sac, lacrimal punctum, and we can see lacrimal canaliculi, lacrimal sac, nasolacrimal duct. Okay, in a flow chart you please understand, so it will be very easy for you. So we can say about lacrimal gland. The lacrimal gland is divided into two parts. The lacrimal gland is divided into two parts. So what are the parts? The lacrimal gland is divided into two parts by levator palpebrae superioris. The upper part you can see orbital part, and the lower part is the palpebral part. Okay, the upper part the orbital part is J shape. The orbital part is almond shape, and palpebral. The orbital part is almond shaped. Okay, the orbital part is almond shaped, and in total the gland is in J shape. Okay, in total the gland is in J shape. This is the J, right? So in total the gland is in J shape, and the upper orbital part of the lacrimal gland. The orbital part is diamond in shape, and we can see many ducts. Okay, diamond in shape, and the palpebral part is of the 1/3 size of the orbital. Okay, then considering about the duct, we can see many duct which is we can see many ducts. So what are the functions of these ducts? These ducts carry lacrimal fluid into the conjunctival sac. So how many ducts are there? In total 12 ducts are there. In total 12 ducts are there. Out of there 4 to 5 from the upper part or the orbital part, or then 6 to 8 from the inferior part. Okay, so from the inferior part we can see many ducts, and the upper part only 4 to 5 ducts are there. So it is the main thing. Then considering the secretion, how much that 1 ml is secreted. 1 ml is secreted. Considering about the tear, 1 ml is secreted per day. Out of this 1 ml, half liter is evaporated, and the other half is used in this. Other half is used for our purpose. Half is evaporated, and the other half is used for our purpose. Okay, I hope it is very clear. So other half is used. So what is the main functions of this gland? The main functions of this gland fluid is that it lubricate the eye. That means it lubricate the cornea and conjunctiva. So it make cornea moist. Okay, it is one of the and also it provides nutrition to the cornea. provides nutrition to the cornea, and also it contains lysosomal secretion, so it is of bactericidal action and prevents infection. Okay. And also it serves as emotion. That means it provides during emotion, serves to express emotion. During emotions we will be crying right now, so for that also it is used. So one of the clinical condition is that if the lacrimal in Bell's palsy disease, in Bell's palsy disease, Bell's palsy disease, this lacrimal gland fails to secrete this tear. So what happen? Artificial tears are introduced to lubricate this. Okay, this is the in Bell's palsy. Okay, so now the arterial supply and venous drainage. Arterial supply is the ophthalmic. Artery supply is the lacrimal branch of ophthalmic artery. Lacrimal branch of ophthalmic artery, and venous drainage is by ophthalmic vein. Okay. So considering about the nervous supply. So for understanding the nervous supply, you have to be very vigilant. You have to be very careful when talking about the nervous supply. So I will be explaining about the nervous supply. We have in considering about the in artery, in the artery supply is the ophthalmic artery and ophthalmic veins. So in nervous supply is of three types. The parasympathetic, parasympathetic is there, sympathetic is there, and sensory is there. Sensory is also there. Sensory is supplied by lacrimal nerve, a branch of ophthalmic division of trigeminal nerve. Lacrimal nerve. Sensory is by lacrimal nerve. Okay. Sensory is by lacrimal nerve. So what about parasympathetic and sympathetic? So for this I have made a code for you. So length puzzle is the code. So in pronunciation we call length puzzle, but while writing length puzzle, actually this is the in pronunciation we call length puzzle. Okay, but in writing length puzzle, this is the code. Okay, in sympathetic we have another code, that is tossed puzzle. So tossed, in our tossed, this is the tossed, right? Tossed puzzle. So so tossed means tossed puzzle. So these are same. So what is it now? L for lacrimatory nucleus. L for, so L codes for lacrimatory nucleus. L for, so I will be explaining. L for lacrimatory nucleus. So I will just I rub here. Okay. Okay. So L is for lacrimatory nucleus. L is for lacrimatory nucleus. Okay. L is for lacrimatory nucleus. N for nervous epidermis. G for geniculate ganglion, greater petrosal nerve. Other G for greater petrosal nerve. P for pterygopalatine ganglion. Okay. Gives origin to postganglionic parasympathetic fibers and zygomatic nerve, zygomatic-temporal nerve, and lacrimal nerve to lacrimal gland. L for lacrimatory nucleus, L for lacrimatory. Okay, so for that, just L for lacrimatory nucleus, N for nervous intermedius, G for geniculate ganglion, greater petrosal nerve, pterygopalatine ganglion, postganglion, origin to postganglionic nerve fibers, zygomatic-temporal, lacrimal nerve. T for T1 spinal nerve, S for superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. Other S for sympathetic plexus around internal carotid artery. D for deep petrosal nerve. P for pterygopalatal ganglion. Zygomatic temporal lacrimal. Okay, this is the nerve supply. And then about the conjunctival sac, I have told that this is the potential space between the palpable and bulbar conjunctiva. Then lacrimal puncta is the this is the lacrimal, and so calling this is the lacrimal puncta. Okay, and this is the lacrimal punctum. This is the lacrimal punctum. This is the opening. Okay, this is the opening. Lacrimal punctum is found. The lacrimal puncta is found laterally by 5/6 by the reunion of lateral 5/6 and medial 1/6. Medial 1 by lateral 5/6 and medial 1/5 lid of the margin. The conical projection is there. It is a lacrimal it is a that means okay. So I will be explaining this one. So lacrimal punctum means here laterally we have here 5/6, here 5/6, and here medial lid. It is at the junction of lateral lid and medial lid by here 1/5. Here we can have tiny projection is there. At this at the union we can see a tiny projection. This tiny projection is called lacrimal papilla. This is surrounded by lacrimal papilla. In that we can see lacrimal punctum, and from the lacrimal punctum, and we can see lacrimal canaliculi. This lacrimal canaliculi arises from the lacrimal punctum, and lacrimal canaliculi it is of two parts: the upper and lower canaliculi. We can see. So what is the peculiarity of the upper and lower canaliculi? The upper canaliculi moves forwards and upward and move backwards and join with the lacrimal sac, and the lower canaliculi moves downward medially and upwards and joins with the lacrimal sac. And in the curved portion we can see a dilated part is called ampulla. Okay, in the curved portion we can see a dilated portion called ampulla. Okay, this is of ampulla. And then we can see a lacrimal sac is there. The lacrimal sac is bound medially. The lacrimal sac, the upper dilated part is the lacrimal sac, and it is situated deep to lacrimal groove. It is bound by you can see it is bound by this is the lacrimal sac, we can see here. So the lacrimal sac is, we can see here a lacrimal sac. It is bound medially by, it is bound by lacrimal crest of lacrimal bone, lacrimal crest of lacrimal crest of lacrimal bone, and frontal process of the maxilla. Okay, and it ascends downward, and laterally lacrimal fissure is there, and lysolacrimal duct is it ascends downward, and at downward portion there is an incomplete mucous fold is there, and an incomplete mucous fold is there, and the mucous fold is called lacrimal fold valve of Hanser. The main function of valve of Hanser, what is the this duct joins with this duct joins open into the nose. Okay, so meatus of so what will happen, during our nose cleaning, the air will prevent the air moving to the eye. Okay, this is the lacrimal flow valve of Hanser. So the factors helping, so this is the main thing that you have to understand.